Hey, number one. So we're back with World Threads, but I saw this. And that's a very interesting thumbnail. Spanish sounds like Greek. Greek language. Why Greek sounds like Spanish? How similar are they? So I can see already where they're going with this because, I mean, Greek and Spanish both have and tend to have S's at the end of words, I suppose. That's one of the things. And the other thing is, in this specific instance, is the presence of interdental fricative, like the th of think and the th of mother. And both languages have these, but the other Romance languages don't. So there's this. There are some exceptions in like Tuscan variety of regional versions of whatever the heck. It doesn't matter. I'm saying in general. Then is the fact that the type of S, the both Madrid Spanish specifically, Castilian from Madrid, surrounding area, and Greek, the one thing they have in common is called a retracted S. I'll address it. And that's where I think this is coming from. I'll give you more details about it, but let's go.
Αλλά για μένα είναι τελώς διαφορετικό γιατί είναι λατινική γλώσσα η δική τους, η δική μας είναι ελληνική.
Oh, come on, this sounds so similar.
I just speak really fast.
I think you were just rapping right now.
You turned into Eminem for a second.
Yeah, that's the thing though. When you do language things, I know it's nice to show off that you can speak fast. Although, and again, how much of a skill is it in your own language? But regardless, I understand the feeling. You want to impress people. Wow, so maybe slow down a notch. It's usually better because you allow people to enjoy and understand the qualitative nature of the sounds you produce as a native speaker rather than just showing speed as a performance.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es
Hello.
I'm sorry. If I did, I do not remember. Maybe at some point in my life.
No, that's okay. Most of people don't know about Greek a lot.
I think I heard just from like some TikTok videos.
Cool,
they
cool.
talk about like Greek mythology and the history, and then they reproducing like the ancient Greek.
I got the same TikTok as you.
Well, yeah, ancient Greek, though, is going to sound different than modern Greek. Some people will complain in the comments, and I'm here for it.
There have been quite like many famous Greek football players in Portugal. So we hear the names.
Can you name one?
No.
But if I heard a Greek name, I think I could like, okay, that's Greek.
Okay, right. The endings sound kind of similar,
Yes.
right?
I was planning a trip to Athens.
Athens, yeah.
Oh yeah, okay. We say Athene. And like we always plan a trip there, so I was checking some.
I think in Greek they say Athena. It's exactly the same as the name of the Greek goddess, by the way, the name of the capital city.
Stuff online, so I heard a little bit of Greek language, but I don't even know if I'd be able to recognize it, honestly.
I've heard Greek. I went on vacation to Greece a couple times. So
Where did you go?
I went to.
Santorini?
I was yeah.
Oh, okay.
Of course, of course. And by the way, before anyone says anything, I know Santorini is like the typical because of the blue or whatever. But historically speaking, just to give you a little bit, Santorini is exactly the spot where people, ancient Greeks, produced the blue pigment that they used in their art. And in fact, they were able to produce two different varieties, one of which was slightly based on the same pigmentation used by the ancient Egyptians, and the other one being actually from the area specifically. So Santorini is an important place, even from a historical standpoint. It's just usually people don't know that. It's a little bit of a shame. But anyway, let's go.
It was really, really beautiful.
Thank you.
It is.
Does anyone know any Greek words?
The yogurt.
And the yogurt.
Greek yogurt.
We are all Indo-European languages, so there are some similarities, but
Yeah, we could say kalimera, kalispera, kalinichta. And then what other Greek word do I know? Maybe this one.
Greek is a separate section of the Indo-European languages, which
Yeah.
is coming from Hellenic. I mean,
Yeah.
maybe they did like interchangeably kind of influenced each other, but mostly I would say Greek influenced Latin, not the other way around. Yeah.
She's right.
She's the roots. She's the roots.
She's right.
So, okay, no. Not at all. I don't know what camera should I say that to, but no. Spanish is Latin-based language, comes from the Roman like family of languages. We come from Hellenic, it sounds completely different. So I think the way we pronounce some words,
Yeah.
for example, we have some
Good.
unique sounds such as the, h in Greek. I mean, they're not exactly the equivalent in Spanish, but they have some similar sounds. So maybe foreigners would think like, oh, it kind of sounds similar.
Yeah,
And also
sure.
like the rhythmic intonation, the way the sound rises and falls, and it's more like melodic compared to, let's say, German or English, right? Maybe that's why foreigners would be like, oh yeah, kind of sounds the same.
Yeah.
Should I read it? Okay. I speak Spanish, and when the Greek came on, I was shook because I understood nothing, but I felt like I should. Okay, yes, that is true. I mean, that's interesting because it comes from a person that speaks Spanish.
Yeah.
So they also think Greek sounds similar to Spanish. That's really interesting. I thought only people that don't speak both of
Makes
the languages
sense, yeah.
would have that kind of idea. That's really interesting, actually.
I'm Greek and studied in the UK. Many times when I heard Spanish people on the street talking, I confused them for Greek. Until I realized I cannot understand what they're saying. My Spanish friends told me that they had the same problem with Greeks. I think because even when you speak English, you have this accent that Spanish people have.
Right. And I feel like you kind of have an accent, how like Greek people would have. So yeah, I do agree. I kind of
Awesome, actually. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. If they're not going to mention the retracted S, I will, because that one is specifically an area of overlap with Madrid Spanish.
do agree with that. I do see like why would people feel like that. Also, we have the strong R which like other people don't really have. Maybe that's also a really like big thing.
We're cousins.
Δεν ξέρω αν θα καταλάβει κανένας τι λέω, αλλά ό,τι έχει να κάνει με τα Ισπανικά θεωρώ ότι είναι πάρα πολύ όμορφη γλώσσα, πάρα πολύ ρομαντική γλώσσα και πολλοί Έλληνες θέλουν να μάθουν Ισπανικά. Δεν ξέρω γιατί οι ξένοι που δεν μιλάνε είτε Ισπανικά είτε ελληνικά νομίζουν ότι είναι η ίδια γλώσσα ή ότι ακούγεται παρόμοια, αλλά για μένα είναι τελώς διαφορετικό γιατί είναι λατινική γλώσσα η δική τους, η δική μας είναι ελληνική, οπότε νομίζω δεν έχει καμία σχέση Ισπανικά με τα ελληνικά.
I love the face of the American. Like the Portugal guy looks like he's high. Romanian is like, hey, I could chill with that. She's loud. The French girl is being French, of course. She was like, so, baguette. And then she's the Brazilian girl, isn't she? I think she is. She's hiding the flag. What are you hiding? I don't know if she's a Brazilian girl. The Italian is like looking, for some reason, she's looking down. The American is looking at the camera being like she's out of her mind. Oh, sorry, you couldn't see that. Sorry for covering it. I don't know what to put myself. There you go, I'm gone. But yeah, no, it's funny. Look at the American is like, what on earth? And the Italian is looking down. This is great.
Αλλά μου αρέσουν και οι δύο γλώσσες πάρα πολύ και βασικά όταν ήμουν μικρή ήθελα να μάθω Ισπανικά, οπότε ναι, θεωρώ ότι είναι πάρα πολύ όμορφη γλώσσα.
Wow! I understand the
Amazing.
comment. Like I think like I should understand.
Yes, exactly. It's like I'm listening, I'm like, wait.
Awesome.
I do speak really fast.
I think you were just rapping right now.
You turn into Eminem for a second.
That's crazy. 100% sounds like Spanish.
Really? Wait, what?
It's like the remix.
Not 100%, but it's true though. The intonation did a few times.
It's not rap god, it's Greek god.
I don't know if you'll feel the same, but as well, it kind of felt for me that it had also a kind of Italian thing into it.
That is so interesting.
Many people say the languages from Europe sound like we're singing when we talk.
Right.
For me, it's like she was speaking in Euskera. Do you know Euskera?
I'm not sure.
We speak that language in Spain, in the north.
Oh, is it like a dialect?
It's like a language, but it has nothing to do with like Spanish at all.
Oh.
But it sounds like Spanish too. So I thought that you would be speaking like Euskera right now.
Maybe I should say it that way. Oh, that's what I speak. And I'd be like, oh, wow.
If it sounds similar or not to Spanish. Okay.
That's such
Yeah,
a
of
lie.
course.
No.
They're right.
100%.
Yeah, and it's coming from people that kind of like understand Spanish.
I think
Yeah, to be honest, the reason why it doesn't feel like that for her, it's actually interesting from a linguistic perspective. It's because to her, clearly Greek is Greek. She knows what Greek sounds like. And so whenever someone else, it's similar to what happens when someone puts on, say, a New York accent. And to people who are not from New York, they're like, oh yeah, that sounds authentic. But then to someone who's from New York, it won't. Because they know exactly the real deal, all the details. But sometimes that's actually a false perspective. Because you're kind of expecting too much. And it's fine with someone as closely, like it resembles it, but it's not exactly perfect in the representation. But it is something that people do.
maybe because you guys are like Latin family, so you all have the same like opinion.
It sounds like Spanish mixed with another language.
Yeah, there we go.
Because you
It's
know
good.
Spanish, I feel like when you talk, it's very soft. Many letters, you pronounce it very softly. Well, like for example, like in maybe like Romania, you.
Do you think it's harder or softer?
I think it's a mix.
It's like an up and down. Yeah.
But if you told me that what you just spoke was like a Spanish dialect, I would have believed
Oh,
you.
really?
Para mí es la primera vez que escucho a alguien que hable en el idioma griego delante mío así tan claramente, pero para mí ha sonado muy similar a cuando alguien habla en euskera, que tampoco es un idioma que pueda entender perfectamente, pero es como bastante similar, a mi parecer. Al menos la forma en la que pronuncia las palabras o la forma en la que gesticula.
See, she says pronuncias las palabras. So if you notice, oh no, I didn't do it right, but I'm just saying pronuncia, so we have the th. And then for the S, I wanted to tell you, las ventanas, los pimientos, like you have this sh, it's almost a sh, not exactly a sh, it's in between the s frontal and the full-on sh, sh. It's in between, it's kind of the X sound in Mandarin, like for xie xie or xue xi. And it's this sound that is kind of in between that they both have. And this kind of S is not the one I have natively because I'm a Sicilian, so my S is frontal like in English. But my dad has it because he's from the north. And in fact, I shouldn't just say north because people in the northwest don't have it, like in Milan. But people in the northeast, like my dad is from Friuli, they often do. And so they will say instead of say. Di dove sei? Sei, sì, sì. They have this s sound. And it's a remnant, in fact, because it's a more conservative aspect, because that's how classical Latin was pronounced with a retracted S. Just like, it's just the Greek and Madrid Spanish maintained it.
La forma en la que entona. No sé, no soy una experta en idiomas, pero esa ha sido mi opinión.
So you said like the intonation is similar.
Yeah.
Okay, that's okay.
Like the way you talk, like the way that you say the words. For me, it sounds like you're speaking euskera. Because I don't know euskera too, but when I hear people speaking euskera, it sounds like this.
Time for me to learn.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys are understanding each other way more. Because for me, like, I speak Spanish and Catalan and I don't understand anything they say.
But I don't think that like there's no other languages that have a similar root with Greek because it's like a separate root by itself.
Yeah.
So there's no really language that
She's
is like
right.
similar how like Latin or how like Spanish and Italian would be, for example, like Italian or French.
Yeah.
So I don't think we would, sadly.
I wish I knew.
Yeah.
And she says, sadly, yeah, maybe it would have been different, of course, if instead of ancient Rome, we would have had ancient Greece winning and then conquering everything, then now all of these other languages would be of the ancient Greek family, basically.
The way you were speaking right now, like you were speaking Spanish, to me it sounds completely different than, maybe because my ear is more familiar to Spanish.
No, it sounds completely different because you're a native Greek speaker.
Like, you know, Spanish dramas were kind of famous in my generation in Greece.
Actually, I think I changed my opinion after I heard.
Girl, okay.
After I heard her speak Spanish, I could clearly see the difference. Like when she first started with Greek, I was like, oh, it sounds like a Spanish dialect. But after I heard her speak actual Spanish, I'm like, no, wait, that's actually different.
Yeah.
Well, obviously it is different. Like no one is saying that they are the exact same language, but they do have some phonetic similarities. This is in fact what this whole discussion is about. It's phonetic similarities rather than similarities coming from mutual roots or, for instance, same vocabulary and that kind of stuff. So there's that. It's a pronunciation that it's similar.
Yeah, and also I think maybe it depends on our personality. I speak more, like my voice is a lot lower than hers, and also I speak more harshly. She speaks in a really like pretty way, so maybe now it sounds maybe a lot more different than maybe should be. If you had like a more cutie girl in my position, maybe it would be even
I can speak
similar.
rap if you want.
Let's go.
Hola, ¿qué tal? Mi nombre es
Lower
Hola.
your voice. But yeah, maybe
Oh,
that's
she said I can speak rap. I thought she meant rough.
also.
I agree with her about changing my mind because at first I really did think Greek sounded pretty similar to Spanish, but I mean, I speak a little bit of Spanish as well, but hearing you speak, it's like really different, like with a little bit of softness, but just the words are like constructed, like to the ear. Yeah, I think Greek sounds a lot different than Spanish.
Yeah, I think they shouldn't really change their mind because the reality is, as I say, this is a phonological analysis, not a... Of course, the words, the grammar, the syntax, everything is going to sound different. But at the end of the day, the cadence, the intonation, and the individual sounds are where the actual overlap is. So it is a thing. It's real. And definitely, like, it would be more similar, these two languages specifically, Madrid and Greece. And imagine, I don't know where she's from. You'll let me know if you're a Greek speaker, if she has an accent or not, within, of course, the different Greek accents that you've got. But regardless, I would say that these two are definitely the closer, because if you put and you have her sitting in front of an Italian, a Portuguese speaker, or the French, the Romanian, it's not going to sound as close at all. And that's the reality of it. Anyways, if you want to continue watching the video, the episode, you'll find a link in the description and pinned comment for today. Thank you for joining Metatrans Academy.